Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry that it is now Tuesday and I'm just now filming. I am so stoked about my new series, Marvelous Mondays, but I'm like getting over a cold and I was so exhausted yesterday. Like, so exhausted. I changed things up a bit because I feel like for Marvelous Mondays, I kind of just want to like sit in my bed, unwind with you guys, and just chill. Just chill. So that's why I'm just sitting here on my bed. But I really feel like there's no need to have an intro for this because there's just no need. But now my animals are being loud, so we're gonna jump in a few seconds. So last time we talked, I was talking about anxiety and keeping good vibes, and I just wanted to tell you that a sister got tried. Okay, I I I don't put myself in situations where I could be disappointed. Or at least I try not to. Obviously, like, you can be disappointed because the light is taking too long to turn green. You know what I'm saying? But like, I really try hard not to put myself in a situation where like things might not go so grand. You know what I'm saying? And I put myself in a situation where it was gonna be a really cool experience. But it didn't go the way I wanted it to go, and it like devastated me. Like, completely. I'm laughing because it's crazy to me, like how quick something can like go from like amazing to just like trash in 2 seconds. So basically, in this video, I want to talk about vulnerability mixed with disappointment, because I feel like a lot of the times we can be like completely guarded and, you know, just like, let's take a break and I don't know, let's just grab my pillow because this is something I have. You have like one of those things where like you're like, oh, this will make this easier to talk about, having a therapy session. So basically, being vulnerable is very hard for me, which is surprising, I'm sure. But it's very hard for me because how I was raised, being vulnerable and being raw and crying and all of that was not really like the cool thing to do, you know? Like, it was basically a sign of weakness, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. Especially like in relationships, you know what I'm saying? But so you like have your guard up at all times, and I was telling myself that 2020 is my year and I'm going to go after things I would never go after before, and like I'm going to do everything that I set my mind to. And I went after something and it seemed like it went really well, and then all of a sudden it didn't go well. I woke up to a really interesting email, and it happened on Sunday, and I was having like a great Sunday, and then I read this email, and it rocked my world. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I was crying in the bathroom. Like, it like felt like someone grabbed my heart, like from the freaking Vampire Diaries. All my vampire lovers out there. But felt like they literally ripped my heart out and just like slowly crushed it. And it carried over until Monday. I cried and told myself that I wouldn't be so heartbroken about it. And then Monday, I told one of my coworkers the situation because like they were aware that I was going after something and they were excited for me, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're gonna do great, blah blah blah. And so I told one of them, and like instantly, like it felt like someone like grabbed my heart again. And I was like just holding it, like didn't even rip it out, was just like holding my heart. And it totally sucked. Like, it totally sucked. It just, I feel like I'm like feeling it all over again. it's crazy because like you can't prepare yourself like for disappointment. Like you can like mentally be like, this might not go so well. Because I told myself, I was like, it's still an amazing experience for me. It's something I've never done before. I'm putting myself out there. And no matter what happens, it's an amazing experience. And I'm so proud of myself for doing this. And then I didn't get it. And I was like, was I too eccentric? And then you start like going down this rabbit hole of like just darkness. Like you're doubting yourself. You're like, why did I even do that? Who do I think I am? Am I too much for them? Because my personality is so loud and I'm little. And so whenever, first of all, let's just start with my name. Whenever somebody hears my name, they're like, was that really your name? Or did you make that up? That's one of, oh my gosh, don't ask somebody, did they make up their name? That is just the dumbest question you could ask somebody. Did you make up your name? Yes, I got bored and made up my name. Anyways, don't get me started on that. But my name, like, I have to always be marvelous. How can, if you ever meet me and I tell you my name, you don't want to meet a Marvelous who's having a crappy day, or a Marvelous who's mean, or Marvelous who just like I really can't. I don't have room for error with a name like mine. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't. Like, I don't have room for error. I can't. Like, it's just, so I can't have a bad day. And it completely knocked me on my butt. And I just kept thinking about, like, who did I think I was? Who did I think I was doing something like this? Like, I'm just marvelous. There's no catch. I work a normal, 9 to 5 job, or 9 to 6, whatever. And it just, but I'm happy it happened because it really made me reevaluate my thinking. Like, I'm telling you, like, I was having such a great day. And then I got that email and like instantly I was just like heartbroken. And it definitely showed me that I still have things to work on, because life is filled with disappointments. And that I should be happy and proud of myself for at least like trying to go for something and putting myself out there and yada, yada, yada. But it definitely still kind of stings. Like, it still stings that I went out for something and it didn't go how I wanted it to go. So it made me think like, oh, did I do too much? Did I do too less? I should have said this. I should have said that. And then it makes you start replaying like conversations you've had with people who were negative towards you. And it just, I just hate it. But that's the overthinking and the just like, instead of being like, oh, let me give myself an hour to process this, to cry it out, to scream, to into a pillow, to do whatever I need to do, and then keep it moving. It just goes to show you that sometimes like you can do that and you can plan to scream it out or whatever, and then something will trigger it and you're right back to the bottom like of your pit. Like, you're back to the pit. And it totally sucks because it can take forever. Like, I mean, this happened Sunday. It's Tuesday, so it's only been like, a few days. But just talking about it, like, oh, it like makes my stomach just drop. Like, it feels like, that's my cat. It just makes my stomach drop, and it's awful because I'm just like, Marvelous, let it go. But, they're so extra. Oh my god. So it just goes to show you that, you overthinking and anxiety and all that stuff is all connected, because anxiety feels like that. It makes you start questioning every move, every step. And it's like you hear what you're thinking 1,000 times louder than any positive thought or anything that anyone said to you that's nice. That all gets thrown out the window, and you just start like looking at yourself like trash, or analyzing the situation so much deeper than what it needs to be. And it's like, a lot of the times, like, people would be like, oh, I have anxiety, I know what you're talking about, but then like you have an anxiety attack or a panic attack, and the same people who are like, oh, I know how that feels, look at you like, are you okay? Can you get it together? And so I just want to make people aware that that is not how you need to respond. And I've been guilty of that. Trust and believe. I've been guilty of like, oh, I know what that feels like. And then someone has like a panic attack in front of me and I'm like, what's wrong with you? So just remember to be as compassionate as you possibly can be, because I'm telling you, like, the negative thoughts in your brain when you're having an attack, or just if you're having anxiety, is a million times louder than the happy thoughts and the happy moments and the happy conversations you've had with people. It totally sucks because it feels like your brain is attacking you. Like, that's the best way to put it. It feels like your brain is attacking you. And a lot of the times you can try to plan for it. Like I said in my last video, like, oh, get a journal. Like, yeah, that's all good and dandy. And I still do that. But like, I still had an anxiety attack on Sunday and I cried and told myself, okay, I'm only going to deal with this for an hour and I'm going to let it go. And guess what? Monday happened and I was right back to square one. I was right back to just feeling just like nothing. And obviously, like, I know I'm not. Like, I know I'm enough. I know I'm marvelous. Like, all of that. And, you know, like, oh, I'm so great or whatever. But, like, when you're going through that, you feel like trash. Like, you feel like you are the scum of the earth. And it's just crazy how, I mean, they do experiments on plants. If you talk negatively to a plant, a lot of the times it withers away. And they did another project where they only spoke positive things to the plant and it flourished and it was thriving and it was beautiful. I have a snake plant and I like talk to it every single day and she's doing great. Cecilia, emphasis on that, because she's a snake plant. She's doing great. She's living her best life. And so it's so critical to surround yourself with people who can speak life over you and who can speak positive words over you, and you can call and cry to or be like, listen, I had the worst day of my life. Like, oh, can we talk? Because I'm telling you, if it wasn't for like my husband and my close friends and my family, yesterday probably would have went a lot worse than what it did. And I was already just like about to start sobbing at my desk because I was thinking of the situation. And like I said, now that I think about it, I'm like, okay, like, it's not that deep, but it's still deep enough. I don't know why when I'm recording, my animals want to be super loud, but they do. But that is what I got to say today. I don't really have anything else to add to that. Just keep pushing, keep moving forward. Remind yourself that you are enough and you are amazing and you're beautiful and you're fantastic. And this too shall pass. And I also am super tired. That's why my voice is kind of like this. And I'm like looking off in the distance because I'm so tired. But I wanted to come up here because it's still very fresh. And being vulnerable with you all, I wanted you to, oh goodness, being vulnerable with you all, I wanted to just express how it feels, because being vulnerable is so hard. And like I said, we try to put our guard up and act like we're totally fine, but be vulnerable with people, be vulnerable with yourself, because that's the only way to heal. That's the only way to move forward. If you're constantly putting your guard up and kind of like lying to yourself, one day something's going to trigger it and you're going to have a full-on breakdown because someone stepped on your shoe, because it reminded you of the time that someone cut you in line waiting for the new Jordans to come out. And you then remember a time where you got cut in line at the lunch line in middle school by the bully. And like, I'm telling you, it just like trickles, like stuff just happens. And if you don't handle things and you're not real with yourself, I don't know what my hair's doing. If you're not real with yourself, it will catch up to you. And not in your own time. It'll happen and you'll be like, oh my gosh, why am I crying right now? So yeah, be vulnerable. Be real. Feel those feelings. Don't dismiss them. Feel all of it. Like I said, I still write in my journal. I wrote in my journal yesterday explaining exactly how I felt. And all those things I just told y'all about, like, oh, was I too eccentric? Was I too much? That's literally what I wrote down because that's how I felt. So just like be very present in the moment and feel all of those feelings. Feel them as much as you need to. And then, you know, hey, feel them again if you have to. You don't have to push past the healing process because we're human. It's going to happen. Things are going to upset us. Things are going to disappoint us. So I'm just hoping that this was encouraging to someone because you're not alone. It's very real. It's it's so frustrating to have it, but we are victorious creatures and we will get past it together. We will live and be happy together. And of course there will be other days where it feels like this, but we're going to push past it. And I'm here for you. Hopefully you have a group of friends that are there for you, family, all of that good stuff. But try to be super vulnerable with yourself and real and feel all of those feelings. Feel all of the feelings, because one day you'll just know how to be like, you know what, this ain't that deep. Keep it moving. Get out of here, anxiety. I ain't got time for you. And yeah, that'll be a glorious day for all of us because I'm over here like, girl, when can we get to that day? But anyways, so this week I'm just really hoping that you guys feel encouraged. And if you have any type of disappointment, just remember that you are enough and you are worthy and you will get past this. And I'm here for you and the universe has your back. I guarantee it. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Love y'all. Bye.